Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's North American tournament. It's not a regional, it's nothing special, it's just a one-off, one-shot tournament. I am a Hindu man. Alongside me today is the glorious Kret. How you doing, Kret?
I'm doing pretty good. It's good to be here, and we've got two fun teams to start off the tournament. Team colors are relative unknowns, but there might be a few names that you recognize. Bronx Bombers, Pulliam, Pugsy, Austin the Max on Blacklisted. We have heard of them before, but not necessarily players that have made it just yet.
And the upper echelons of what we know
Exactly.
for in the North America. Well, bands are coming through, and as expected, Circuit and Vulcan seem to be the focus bands at the moment in terms of what gets taken off the table very quickly or predominantly picked if left open.
Yeah, I mean, there's still the question of, do these teams play Circuit and Vulcan, because they're both very demanding characters that really feel like they're so successful because players have gotten so good at them. And honestly, we've seen a little bit of this before with some other characters, and perhaps permabanning the character will be enough to stop players from practicing them. And once players stop practicing Circuit and Vulcan, they lose a lot of their strength. Not completely. They're still good, but...
Or just disappear like Scylla did. There's a prime example
exactly.
of one that
well,
had
she
this
got a
She
slight,
got a slight nerf, but still, it wasn't enough to warrant her never being picked or banned ever again. But Scylla was one of those that happened. It happened to. Freya banned away as well, and instantly Team Color's gonna go with the Hunter pick straight off the bat with Apollo.
I mean, honestly, I think the entire time this character has been out, Apollo has been hovering near first pick. Not really true first pick status, but when you see it, you're like, you know what? I guess they just want the global. It's always understandable to first pick Apollo. It might not be the best decision.
It's interesting because we saw a lot of Rama being the first focus pick from SPL, but then after SPL going into the land, it started to drop off and go towards the Apollos, the Anhers, even the Ools over picking up the Rama more often than not.
Yeah, Ul is in this weird position. Hopefully we'll get to see some of him today. But Gavin Giannis, locked in for Blacklisted, and those are two very strong picks. Yeah, Gavin Giannis, you've got the shield, you've got the portals, and both of those concepts are just fundamentally very strong. It's sort of like Athena, who's being hovered on now. If they're viable, they should be good, because global alternate support, shield, and portal are just really good concepts.
Oh, and third global locked in. Team Color's going to take two for themselves. So they've definitely got the presence from the duo lane. It depends what they're going to synergize with that. They've got one more pick to make, however, and they're taking a long time about thinking about it. Thor is available right now. But will they consider doing it? That's the question. We've got a bit of an issue here. It appears one of the players couldn't make up his mind in time, crap. He couldn't make up his mind in time. He only had 60 whole seconds to choose his god, and he still couldn't make his mind up.
It's a tough decision.
I mean, there's so many different gods now. It's almost impossible to pick just one for that situation.
How do we have like 58? 57?
Yeah, 58. 58 sounds right. Yeah, let's go with 58. It might be...
No,
60.
We have 60. We have 60. Look at your mastery level.
Oh, that's a good point. I have 58 because I've not mastered Nox yet.
I haven't mastered Alquan.
I don't like Nox. But everyone else has nothing. Anyway, we will be right back, guys. We're going to cut to a quick break. I apologise about this, but obviously, 60 seconds, too short a window. We're going to give them 120 seconds this time. Hopefully things will work out. We'll be right back after this very, very short break. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. A quick update from the last game, Team Colors versus Blacklisted. We were about to watch. We were in picks and bans, as you saw. However, one of the players wasn't actually at his keyboard. Maybe his house is on fire. Maybe he had to run to the shop quickly for his mother. But all we know is that they don't have a substitute yet, and they're currently working on trying to get one for their team. In the meantime, though, instead of leaving you all waiting, we jumped straight into another game. We did miss picks and bans, which you can see on the screen at the moment. But we're currently in the game of Team Atlantic on the blue side, and on the red side is Philosophy, and we're going to be bringing you this one live right now. So, as you can see, straight away at the start, we're going to be seeing from Team Atlantica on the blue side, like I said, bottom half of your screen left, that's how you spectate to your right. We're going to see Opulus playing Loki in the solo lane, Varan Wolf in the jungle as Kali, the Welshman's going to be playing mid lane as Noir, Apollo, played by TNT2, is going to be played in the duo lane, along with RKO playing that Athena. What have we got across the way, Kret?
Now, on the other side, for Team Philosophy, notice their little Greek clan tag. You've got the Vaseline god in solo lane. That's a good god to be a god of, the god of Vaseline. In the jungle, we're gonna have a jungle Cabrakan played by Cisco. Avocada. I want to say Avada Kedavra or something from Harry Potter, or avocado, but Avocada in mid lane on Yanis. Saros 88 on your Hunter Rum, and the Land 27 still in the base on Geb, just rolling out now. I believe he warded and recalled.
He did, yeah. He warded twice, recalled, and came straight back. I think he used the rollout to get there really quick. It looks like Atlantica were very, very late getting out of base, so they're going to have walk into territory where there's plenty of wards, and you can already see the Philosophy back up immediately on this right-hand side, back to the middle tower. They don't want to get picked off here. And they're looking for a very, very late fight.
Yeah, it actually looks to be sort of a split 5-man invade coming out from Atlantica, but the question is, what are they going to do with it? 5-man invades can be very hard to pull off because they're generally less efficient than splitting camps normally, so it looks like just going to be delayed standard. Interesting play from Atlantica.
Very delayed standard. I don't think Atlantica got what they wanted out of that one. They're going to even be late for the blue buff. I like the choice by Geb in the end. He did take rollout at level 1, but he's been able to roll through the minions in mid and get straight over to his blue buff. And he's not really going to lose any time in it because they will hit lane pretty much equally.
Yeah, unfortunately for Atlantica, they had nice positioning there, but their level 1 really leaves a lot to be desired. Nuwa, Loki, Kali. Kali is, I suppose, decent because she has a son, but the rest of the roster just doesn't really work that well at level 1. You don't really have anyone who has their fundamentals.
Oh, Cabrakan's going to get a nice stun off onto this Loki. Loki's really caught out of position. They're going to take a bit of poke damage from that. The lash came out from Kali, but nothing more than that. But that delayed start, like you said, Craig, really set them behind early.
Well, especially in this solo lane, Kali Loki doesn't have the worst clear. You can get it done with the decoy and the lash. But up against Chalk and Cabrakan, there's just so much zoning potential, and if Chalk pokes properly, you could see a lot of damage coming out. The Vaseline god really needs to hit those Thunder Strikes.
Yeah, we'll have to see as that one. On left-hand side, though, roll out from Geb. Nice little damage onto Athena. Good knock-off for the shot. Oh, the cripple roll did not connect from Rama, so Athena's going to live to fight another day for now, but very low. But look at this invasion coming out right now from Philosophy in the jungle.
Yeah, it's actually going to be a crossed invasion heading over towards the speed buff. Cisco likely going to be able to steal that with no problem. Nuwa returning from base. She was forced back by Yanis, and so it seems that Team Philosophy just has a fantastic push advantage.
Yeah, it's really helped them out early on because of that late start from Atlantica. Now they've got the real pressure on them all over the map right now. Pushing to the tower duo, pushing to the tower mid. Only Loki's managed to fight back a little bit in this lane, but that's generally because Kali was in that lane for so long, and in doing so, she's now lost her speed. She's also losing her back harpies as well.
Yeah, and so gonna be sticking to the right side of the map, does have the red buff to take, and so typically you see that shared with the mid laner, but Varanwolf, it seems, wants to get speed. And it's not going to be up. And this is a really unfortunate circumstance. Wow.
Does manage to find a kill. Opolis went very, very aggressive there on his own. I'm not sure why he tried to do that. He just went really aggressive before he could find the kill, used the vanish, didn't find it, and in the end he got hit by an axe. And you didn't know the question.
Axes will do that. Shock hitting level 5 off that kill, putting him one of the first players to hit level 5. Kali went over left-hand side to get speed. It was down. There was nothing to take. And that took up about 30 seconds to do, man. That's a really unfortunate circumstance, right? It's not really a I suppose it's sort of a mistake not knowing that there was an invade there, but the 30 seconds to go and check really set Varanwolf behind.
What do you feel about the light blade coming out on Loki? He's focusing for the Assy early. He's got the draining blade online right now. Looks like he's rushing a very fast Assy, unusual because we normally see Heartseeker.
Yeah, I think it's gonna really hamper his clear. Maybe
Rama sniping left, gonna find the kill onto Apollo. Athena rotated looking for the mid camps, but already Rama manages to find himself a kill immediately when she left the lane. Now left camp's gonna spawn up. Cabrakan gets some nice damage off onto Varanwolf, who's really caught out of position. Has to jump away, avoiding the shockwave, but that should be a free left mid harpies for the Team Philosophy.
Yeah, Team Philosophy just needs to keep annoying this Kali. Anytime that Varanwolf spends not farming, now heading over to the left lane, we'll probably get some creep experience, and that'll help him out. But he just has a really slow start, and you cannot afford to do that when you're playing Jungle Kali. You need to get rolling. You need to get in those chin size ASAP.
Well, both mid-camps did go in favour of Philosophy. Now they're looking around the jungle for more to take. Geb's quite comfortable with his position. Could actually roll out onto Loki. Considering his options, they're just going to take a bit of a farm. He's quite happy to let Rama just free farm this lane now in a 2v1 scenario if required. Athena rotating around mid lane at the moment. She needs to really get there, soak up some of that experience herself so she doesn't fall too far behind. But it's going to be a big ask now for Atlantica to get themselves back into this one.
Definitely is, and you know, I like that Philosophy is prioritizing invading over their own jungle. They have such a strong map advantage, such strong push that Atlantica invading on Philosophy is very unlikely on the right hand side. Athena caught out. Now, with a shock and a gap, this is going to be hard to find a kill, but they've got the mechanics right now. RKO needs to get out of there, needs to charge his dash, and actually not going to have it, but they didn't really have the damage to get that kill.
Now, all that could happen there is Vaseline God could have thrown out the axe, but it wouldn't have been enough to kill the Athena. Would have got him very low, but that would have been all that she could have done. Athena has had to recall now. Collie's going to rotate over and pick up the blue buff. Same, likewise on Kabrak on the side. He's dropping that blue down for the Chuck as well, with the help of Geb. And Roma Apollo going to continue farming up.
So there's a really big concern for the Vaseline God here. He has this Runeforged into Runeforged Hammer start, which is going to be really good. He's going to be unkillable up against Kali and Loki, which is great. But he needs to build enough damage to really get control of his lane and be useful when he comes to impact team fights, because eventually Loki will outscale him substantially. You can't just go full tank on Shock in this match, because you will be completely ignorable.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, he should be going damage, especially when he's got a Geb and a Kabrakan on his side as well, I guess. Just because he's already got a really good front line, so being the damage for his team in the physical sense would be really, really helpful to them.
Yeah, I'd love to see Pen Boots into Chins. I think that'd be fine. But the Runeforge is great right here because Kali and Loki will not be able to kill this Shock. It's essentially impossible.
Already Kabrakan's in position right now to take away the speed buff the moment it spawns. Kali trying to clear out mid lane, soak up that experience while Nubar was away. Meanwhile, Vaseline God dives the tower, picks up the Loki once again, and this is going to be a tough lane for Loki to get back into now.
That's the other thing about the Runeforged Hammer, and I'd say Chalk in this matchup in general. He can tower dive for free, and with his ultimate, you can silence Loki out of stealth. It's absolutely huge. So this Loki needs to use his Assassinate defensively, and there you see he was not able to get it off, so the silence working wonders for the Vaseline God.
It comes up very, very soon, about 30 seconds. Sorry, about 20 seconds time we should see them coming up. Already Geb's in position for those. Giannis already farming mid lane, waiting, ready to pick these ones up. Kabrakan's coming around as well, but nobody from the side of Atlantica is looking to contest these at all.
Yeah, it's just going to be a easy take for Philosophy here. Kali, once again, not finding her speed buff, and now sort of stuck without anything to do. Level 7, so a little bit low on the experience. Nual watches the tumbleweed roll across the lane in the form of Geb, and it's another mid-camp gone. Philosophy just has complete map control. They're up about 2,000 gold and 4,000, nearly 5,000 experience in 7 minutes.
In 7 minutes, right hand side. Loki's going to get caught out of position here, taking a lot of damage from the Tremors from Kabrakan, who did good work there. Vaseline God was okay for the semi left hand side though. Rama going aggressive against Apollo again as Giannis managed to find the snipe on the left side and
Miracle.
Finds the kill.
Yeah, there was a really nice combo onto that Kali to get her so low, and then that was just believing. That was pure faith in the Giannis player in Avocado, but he just nailed the shot, got the kill. Kali was very low, and when you're recalling, you're generally not moving unless you're the Manticore. Invading on the right-hand side is Cisco on this Kabrakan. He's got very fast camp clear right now just because he's gotten so far ahead of the curve. Level 8 versus a level 7 jungler. Cisco's doing very well.
That's another red buff for Giannis to pick up. Right hand side, we did see Loki use his Assassinate to get away from Chuck, who forced it off him. Now he's going to have to rotate away, miss some farm once again in this lane. Some free tower pressure for Chuck, some free experience gain once again as a 3-man grouping starting to happen mid. Rama's doing fine, 2v1 over here at the moment.
Yeah, he's absolutely fine. Rama just has so many defensive options, which is so nice. And even if he gets jumped on... Oh, Apollo actually going up in the air. Looks like he wants to get aggressive onto Rom. His circling comes back down. Nice roll out, and that's the end of it.
And that's that. But in doing that, Geb's now going to rotate around the side. It'd be interesting to see if Apollo can get out of this one. Going to use the moves immediately. Knows he's coming in. Immunity into the Cataclysm. Actually going to look for the Shockwave. No, the Mez comes out. And that's going to be all she wrote for that gank. Overall, wasted a bit of time over there. Ult for ult in the end. So Apollo kind of got away with it.
Yeah, he did. He really took advantage of that. Just nice use of the moves and a really good mesmerize. Very, very well timed. Now, sort of control of the Gold Fury has gone to Philosophy. They've got that Sentry Ward down. Cisco's roaming the area, and he's going to be very hard to deal with right now, doing a lot of damage with those pen boots online, and very high base values.
Who was in a lot of trouble, going to hit an unstable vortex, and followed by the damage coming out from Cisco, using that Cabraca, which is underestimated. Did so much there with that refraction shot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he just has so much sort of instantaneous damage, right? It's very bursty. If you look at the values, you're like, oh, that's not that great, but it's just 1, 2, 800, 900 damage even so early in the game.
Oh, Defender of Olympus forced on Athena there into mid lane onto Var and Wolf, who was under a little bit of pressure, but not too much. I think the ultimate was needed. Left hand side mid Harpy's due up soon. Gold Fury still standing. Blue buff's available on the right though, and you can see both teams hanging around this sort of area once again, ready for them to spawn and deal with it. But Giannis is ulting across here. He wants to fight. Can he fight him?
He doesn't find the portal, now getting jumped on by Kali. No options to escape, so he needs the support of this Geb, but that's a big shield coming out onto Giannis, maxing that one, and it's going to be an easy escape for a Giannis player with the help of that Geb shield. There's just not enough damage to carve through it.
Blue buff went down and nothing else really came. But Gold Fury is still available. Checking in with the golden experience right now, you can see 7,500 experience lead for Team Philosophy in this one at 10 minutes in. Atlantica also down 3,500 gold as well to Philosophy. And that's coming down, a lot of this is to the kills, but some of it is really to this extra farming that they're doing, picking up all these mid camps all the time. And the invasions coming out from the Cabracan.
Yeah, there's absolutely insane levels of invading coming out here.
Apollo.
And that means that oh yeah, Rom going up in the air, looking for the shot, finds one, finds two, looking for the third, but Geb's gonna get it with the catapult into the shockwave, absolutely securing that kill. And now Athena under tower, Geb is taking it. Rom needs to get aggressive, rolling in, finds the hit. It's not gonna be enough, just barely able to get out Kali.
One minion's only going to be able to survive, and now that dies, he's going to get aggro too. Geb tries to use the roller to get away, doesn't find it. Varumov actually popped the ultimate there for the extra tick damage, I believe, to try and chase, but now he's going to chase into a full minion wave. Ram is just slowly backing away. If he turns to fight this, it could be a different story, but it feels like he's just going to back away, play it safe.
You're just going to go for the safe option there. Cabracan a little bit far and wants to cover the mid lane as Yanis did return to base. So farm going to Cabracan here, and notice how he's not leeching. He's getting aggressive onto the Welsh now. Nice burst damage coming out. Refraction. Ooh, it's going to be the ultimate. Nuwa force up in the air, using that one defensively. And honestly, Nuwa ult for wait. No, she landed on the other side of the Cabracan ult.
Did she?
Yeah, she landed on the inside.
That makes me happy. A dead Nuwa is a happy Hindu, that's all I'm going to say. That's just how I feel. If I found a god that can definitely just stop her doing that stupid ultimate, it'd make me a happy person forever. But hey, Nuwa goes down in mid, and we're starting to see more and more Cabracans coming out of the woodwork, at least in the jungle side of it, because a lot of people realizing his damage isn't that bad.
No, it's really not that bad. Tremor is just an ability that you kind of want to leave at level 1. It gets a lot of scaling. It's very low mana cost at level. We're going to actually see a gold Drew start coming out. Rom arriving. This is going to go down before Atlantica even knows about it. On the left-hand side, Apollo's applying some pressure to the tower, but it's not really going to do anything. And now we've skyrocketed up to a 6,000 gold, 10,000 experience lead. Philosophy just has this game under complete control.
They do. I think they just need to start putting the pressure on now, take down some of these outer towers and start pressuring the tier 2s. Obviously, every tier 2 is pretty much exactly the same value as a Gold Fury, so they can take those ones down, limit the map vision. They can really start going to town on Atlantica.
Yeah, and now in the middle lane, again, Cabracan covering. Yanis over on the right-hand side going for Chalk, so sort of a weird little shift across the map, looking for another invade. Cabracan not going to find the red this time, but he might find Loki, or at the very least will get a big Harpy, which is the vast majority of the value of that camp. So the invade pressure is just constant. They're taking everything away from Atlantica.
Yep, just destroy the camps completely and take away more and more of the experience in gold. Left-hand Harpy's up soon though, and we'll probably see them go over in favour of Philosophy. They've already got decent ward coverage. Nice line of wards they've got right across the map so they can see all the vision that's going on and see all the rotations coming out. Rama's still fighting with Apollo in this lane, and Apollo needs to watch himself as there's a full minion wave there. Has to back away one more time. Needs to keep it away because he's going to get pressured under the tower one more time. He's taking a lot of free poke.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard to duel this Apollo, duel this Rom, who has actually gone double stack, so Devil Gloves to Transcendence. He's got 218 physical power already for boots, but he doesn't have mobility, so this ultimate needs to come out at just the right time to save him. Will be stunned, taunted, nice Geb shield up in the air.
Good Cataclysm.
1, 2, 3, and that's the power of the double stack. Now turning onto Athena. The shockwave not coming off cooldown, but the roll is, and with the slows, it's like Athena might fall. Slow just barely. She jukes, trying to buy some time for the Kali, but it's not going to be enough. Roll out. Shockwave coming out soon. Kali uses her ultimate. Gem shield doing so much damage. Nice shockwave. Gets the... That's a 3-for-1.
It's a 3-for-1. He does go down to the lash at the end of that one. I think this Rama and Geb need to work a little bit better on the communication, because Geb's diving and Rama's taking his sweet time to get in there and support him. And he could have saved his teammate there if he would have got in a little bit earlier, I feel.
Well, he couldn't have because of the new wall, which is the ends of that play, right? Like, Geb didn't die there. He would have been so low that new wall would have had that kill.
Bad. I thought it was the lash. I thought it was the lash damage that did it. But hey.
No. New wall didn't kill him. It was the lash. But if Kali didn't get the kill, New wall would have. So trying to Kali to secure the kill is just fine. It makes no. In fact, it's better because there's no assist.
Quick check on Night and builds right now. You can see Loki has finished his Warrior Tabby to go with that RC. He started off earlier. Along the way, though, Apollo Devourer's Gauntlets not got his Warrior Tabby yet, but gone straight for a Titan's Bane. How do you feel about that? Is he going to help him out against the Geb Bracken combos that he's going to deal with?
Well, speaking of Titan's Bane, Shock on the right-hand side, who has a lot of physical defense fighting 1v3 and not too worried about. Titan's Bane, Shock gonna get ulted on once again. He's actually taking enough damage here. He doesn't have a way out.
Raid boss!
He's used his Thunder Strike defensively. His Torrent has been used. He is a Raid boss. Raid boss will fall.
Raid boss down.
God just didn't use his... He used his Torrent defensively instead of teleporting out.
Here comes Giannis with Bracken and Geb in tow. Can they try and get something back from that? Doesn't look like it. What's happening on the left-hand side, though, is Rama manages to find the snipes once again with his ultimate to bring down the Apollo. And that should be a Tier 1 tower on the left-hand side as well. So this will be all Tier 1 towers going down, unless Athena and Kali can get over here to do something about it.
Now heading back into jungle is Varen. Finally, first speed buff of the game?
First speed buff of the game. The dream. The dream for Kali right now. There's nothing worse than playing Kali, having your speed buff stolen all the time, Kret, and then eventually getting one. But then is it too little too late? That's the question right now.
You know, almost. Let's look at the golden hand from Kali, sitting at 1200. Needs about 600 more to get those chin size, so that'll be a minute or two. Saros on the left hand, he doesn't have boots in his build, just rank 2, rank 3, so he's a little slow, but they're not going to keep chasing, and that is just kind of letting a kill get away. Now, it is a level 17 ROM, so there's definite turnaround potential, but I think they could have kept going. I think you have to keep going at this point.
They really do, and if they manage to get that, Kali might be a little bit closer to finishing off those chins. But blue buff going to be taken away by Giannis and Geb in the jungle as Rama keeps the pressure on this left-hand side. New Wars considered rotating over, changed their mind about it now, and it looks like we're seeing out of Atlantica here. They're trying to group up to at least try and work as a team now. Big differences, though, in terms of golden experience. Gold experience now 16,000 in favor of Philosophy, and 9,000 gold as well.
Yeah, now it's just time to take those towers, because Philosophy certainly has the raw golden experience that they need to do it. Not looking towards a fire giant or anything like that just yet, as they don't really have that PvE damage online from Rom. And he's really gone a little bit of a slower build. When you go double stack, it slows everything down, but when you're so far ahead, you're just going to be untouchable all game long. It probably has the strongest late game out of most reasonable hunter builds.
Oh, good cataclysm coming out from Geb into the shockwave, putting the pressure onto Kali once again. Unstable Vortex does not connect in mid lane though. Nice damage coming out from Cisco on that Bracken to keep Nuwa trapped. Nuwa's going to get out with a life though, as the tower actually helps her out, forcing Cisco back. No one was there for the follow, but now Chak turns up as well. Loki's on his way, but this three-man grouping can keep the pressure on if they want to. Rama, meanwhile, doing Gold Fury alone, could see a fight between the two, but it's going to go in favor of Philosophy, and now Rama's going to come in with the help of Bracken's backside. Ouch!
Yeah, nice play from Cisco there, just like 1999. Now getting aggressive Vaseline God and gonna force out the Athena, turning back towards the middle tower. There's really no good source of tower damage here, but there's a lot of frontline, so it might go down nonetheless. Taunt into the stun, be a lot of damage onto the Geb. Loki going in assassinate, but Loki's not built for burst and will be forced out by the Shock. That's gonna be the end of the engagement.
It is a good portal coming out as well at the end there from Giannis, just to make sure Kali can't continue the chase on that one. 13-3 right now. What do you do right now as Atlantica? What do you do, Kret, to get yourself back into it? Do you rush a fire and hope for the best, or...?
I don't think they have the objective damage to do that. I think they go under a tower and they use all of their ults on the same target at once to get a kill and try not to die. They do have chin size on the line from Kali, so if anyone can make the comeback, it is going to be the Kali. And level 14 in the jungle is not horrible. It's pretty bad. It's pretty dire, but she could sort of do it. You could be killed level 16 Kabrak.
And well, looking at Kabrakan in mid lane right now, new War Kali coming around the back. He's going to have to fight 2v1. Great stun damage coming out onto the Welshman. And now Cisco's trying to get away. Going to get hit by Loki as well. 3 men dealing with this. Good taunt coming out to stop the tremors. And that's going to be a pickup for Var and Wolf. Those chins are now online. And he's making short, quick work of these tanky Guardians.
Well, that's probably about 500 gold. They just need to do that 24 more times. And they'll be even. But realistically, that kind of could happen if Philosophy is not careful. If they get caught out just like that, this Kali will make very short work of them, so they need to be careful.
Yep, they're a bit overly aggressive in a confident position right now. Talking about Chuck, you said earlier you wanted to see him building damage. He has gone for the Warrior Tabi and gone into Jotun's Wrath next. How do you feel about that?
I think it should be chin size, honestly. I mean, his team doesn't really need the utility. I guess they're so far ahead that they can use it. It's not raw damage. Speaking of raw damage, though, the Fire Giant has been pulled, and it looks like will go down as Atlantica is none the wiser. So they should... Ooh,
Loki the Dream.
He doesn't...
Loki the Dream. What can he do here? Has he got Hog available? No, he does not.
Fist.
Well, he's only got Fist, and that's going to be all she wrote. Firegiant goes down, Athena ults onto him a little bit late to the party. Apollo's also ulting in. They all group up, and sad to say, they're just going to have to walk back to the middle to Phoenix and start defending it, because now Philosophy get on the engage once again.
Honestly, I think this is a situation where you needed a hurry on Loki, because that was one of the few chances you had, right? Like, especially Fists on Loki, I don't think is sort of that value. Blinking in is Gab. Look for Kali Cataclysm, gonna be juked out, and dashing away is Apollo.
Tried to find the pick, not going to find it. Geb going to backdoor this tower, tank it up for his team. He's got a really big shield online. He is level 16 right now. Nobody here to defend this. This should drop before anyone can get here to defend. And now the group up is happening. Tower's already gone down. Kobraken's now with them. And 5 members of the Fire Giant now looking for the Phoenix.
There's just so much front line to tank these structures, but Kabraken is actually split pushing here, which is
split push Kabraken.
Interesting. Yeah, split push Kabraken.
It's new meta. I'm excited for that. I'd love to see split push Kabraken being used. Meanwhile, though, right inside, Kali's going to get chased down. I don't think they're really after her, though. It looks like they're after the tier 2 tower more than anything else. Or some back harpies, you know. 5 on the back harpies.
Oh, split push Kabraken going for Loki, finds the kill with just 3 abilities, no ultimate used. I think Emilito is getting inspired right now.
Oh my
actually,
god, damn it! Onto Varen Wolf, that was a big ultimate coming out. That actually destroyed him. Tectonic Shift was used nicely there. Now they're going to get to right hand tier 2 as split push Kabraken continues working mid. 3 men surrounded him. What can he do?
Well, he's got a lot of damage with the Tremors. 500 magic power, absolutely destroying the opposition. Kabraken is a carry, but he will retreat to the underworld, dying to likely the Phoenix damage there. But it's going to work out for his team. They've got 4 minions and a Rom on the way. This Titan should fall as the next wave comes in. 70%,
60%. Oh, look at that! It's going to fall. Look at that pretty little overlay. We can see Titan damage now.
It's so
getting lower, boys. 70%, 40%, 10%, 8%. This is what Cass is going to do forever. No. Loki will not find the kill there. So there is game 1 over and done. That is Philosophy Gaming. Going to move on. Sorry, just Philosophy. I don't think they call it Philosophy Gaming. They're going to move on to the next round. Next up on your screens, though, guys, we should be seeing Team Dignitas against whoever they're facing in their first round match, which will be a round 2 match for them because they're going to buy for the first round. We'll be right back after this short break.